Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make.
Yo, I got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless.
Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Now this is a flex. Everybody else carrying on about their sneakers and their purses and all of that. If you could get that too, more power to you. But this right here, this is the biggest flex for me. This is gonna be my kids, okay? Come out, pop out with them certificates, pop out with those degrees. Keep educating yourself. Put that first. That's why my plan, I don't even want to speak on my plan, but when I tell y'all, this is the real flex right here. Forget all of them clothes, forget all of that extra stuff. This is a flex right here. Educate yourself. Get around people who are doing well. Get around people who want more for themselves. Get around people who have goals and are the places that you want to be. Okay? Instead of everybody else running around here uneducated, getting taken advantage of, no financial literacy. And I'm not judging. I'm not judging because, child, that was me. That was me for quite some time, where I just had zero financial literacy. Like, I knew when a bill came, you were supposed to pay it. I knew, I had to keep working and I had to keep paying. I did not know how to plan for my future. I did not know how to, get my affairs in order or anything like that. And now that I do, I wholeheartedly plan on putting my children in an unfair advantage, okay? I don't want to say unfair. I shouldn't have said unfair. In an advantage situation, all right? Nobody don't have to get it out the mud. You need to get these certifications. You need to get skills. You need to take some courses. You need to learn different languages. You need to put education first. Have your fun. Do your thing. Have your parties. But educate yourself first. I will take all the worry from off of my children's shoulders so that they could do nothing but get educated. When they turn 25, 26, 27, they need to be homeowners or at least have a place of your own. Have your savings stacked up. Be able to pay for your health care and your health insurance. Be able to have some money saved up, stocked up so that you can retire at whatever point that you want to retire. You do not have to work a 9 to 5. If you love your 9 to 5, absolutely go for it. Keep going for it. And more and then some and then some. But if that's not what you want to do, is slave away because you have to, because I didn't set you up, is that what you're going to do? Okay? Get them degrees, get that education, put that first. Okay? Learn emotional intelligence, learn financial literacy, learn networking, put your family first, put yourself first, and put your family first, put God first, and everything else will fall into line. Be a good person with boundaries, okay? Make sure that you are well educated. Make sure that you get to know people in every area of your life and keep doing it. Make sure that you are well traveled. Make sure that you speak to different people on different levels. See, a lot of times, myself included, and the only reason I'm speaking this is because these are the things that I wish I had done when I was younger. These are things that I wish I had the opportunity to do when I was younger. And so when you get older and wiser and have more knowledge under your belt, then you get the opportunity to look at things different. And I'm definitely looking at things different. I'm looking at it in a sense that I do feel like kids should be independent, but I feel like there should be room for error. There should be room for, mistakes. There should be, when you have a little bit of freedom, then you are able to, I think young adults should have a period in their life, especially African American young adults, should have a period in their life where they are independent, meaning they get to move and shake and move around. They get to move around, but they don't have the extra added pressure of bill after bill after bill after bill after bill and just piling up and being stressed out and operating from a place of survival. I think it's hard to survive. It's hard to thrive in a place of survival because you are not able to use your creativity to create this life for yourself. You are just surviving. You are picking friends and staying places too long that you've outgrown because you don't have that freedom, you don't have that space, and you're just in survival mode. And I feel like when you put children in survival mode too soon, then they just don't have the opportunity to really get to see who they truly are, and open up the doors for themselves and network as much as they want to, because I can't network. I'm going from job to job to school to job to job. There's no networking in that. And so my plan for my children is to put them ahead in life. Have an opportunity to network, go to all of the birthday parties, go to all the events, get to know people. Internship, volunteer. Now, I do feel like there should be some sort of income that is coming in at all times, but I think you can do a more creative form of income if you're not having to jump right into paying bills. And I know that's what everyone has been taught, but it hasn't been working because people haven't been thriving on a mass scale like that. Yes, it's improving, but that's just my opinion, and I don't judge anybody. And I'd like not to be judged, but in this world, we can't always get what we want. But that's how I want to do mine. And I could be wrong. We could all be wrong. Everybody could be doing it wrong. My personal thing is, I think that you should be making your own income because it gives you a sense of, let me see, having your own income gives you a sense of power and leverage and security, and it gives you a level of independence. You know, when you have somebody taking care of something for you, you kind of feel like they're at their mercy. So I feel like you should be bringing in your income, but I also feel like if you can do that without added pressure. So think rich kid, right? Let's say trust fund kid. They come up with these elaborate, I know she's not a good example because her story is different, but let's just say, because I'm only using her because I'm going to use her because I feel like this is someone that we all are familiar with. But I do understand and know, I'm aware that her story is a little different. So we're going to take Paris Hilton for an example, right? Paris Hilton, to my understanding, well, forget my understanding, I'm just using we're going to use a hypothetical situation. So don't argue with me about, that's not how it really went, whatever, okay? Paris Hilton, or, Kim Kardashian. Chris already had money, right? She was married to a lawyer, and Chris was always networking and getting to know the people and yada yada. And then we have her dad was the lawyer, right? And, you know, they grew up where they grew up. And OJ was Uncle OJ, and, you know, Tina Knowles was the Miss Tina, you know, whatever, okay? So they grew up. When Kim had an idea, she was able to implement her idea because she already had money. Can you imagine how much harder she had to work, or would have had to work, if she didn't already start with having money and start with having connections and friends? Let's just say she started from the ground. Do you think that some girl could just say, oh, I got Skims, oh, I'm gonna pitch this television show, oh, I'm gonna... No, she already had money. She was already known. She already was in the rooms. So it made it easier, so that it just made it easier. It made her path smoother. Like, I'm not saying that she doesn't work hard. I'm not saying that she didn't put in hours and network with the right people and get to know. I'm not saying all that. I'm just saying because she was already from money, and her parents had money, and her stepdad was Olympic champion, and because they grew up in the neighborhood, and she went to school with Paris Hilton, and she went to school with all the elites of Hollywood, she had an advantage. So when you're coming from a regular low to mid income black family, you are all the way, your advantages are not high. So instead of us sending our kids off to this place where it's already an unfair advantage, if we could do everything that we can do, because I'm only going to be able to do so much, right? I'm only going to be able to do so much. If I can do as much as I can, and being a single mom on top of that, so it's not even a two-parent household where we're both doing as much as we can. This is one person doing as much as I can to give my children an unfair, and not an unfair advantage, an upper hand is what I'm looking for. An upper hand in the situation. I'm absolutely going to do that. Now, is there a balance? Do we need to have discussions? Do we need to have conversations so that we stay on the same path, and we stay in the right, you know, and we're focused, and we stay in the right direction, on the right path? Absolutely. But I want to make sure that before my kid goes out into the world and starts navigating this world, they get to see that the world is bigger than their neighborhood. They get to see that the world is, there's so many different personalities. There are so many different occupations. There are so many different outcomes. And when you get to see these different outcomes, and you get to see these different neighborhoods and people, and how people talk to you when you're dressed a certain way, and how people talk to you and what they serve at different restaurants from the top to the bottom, and you get to see all of these things, then we put you in a better perspective than someone who only talks to the people in their neighborhood. Right? So we did that. Then we educate you. We make sure that you have education from top to bottom, like you know different cultures and different types of food and different languages and different cultures and different religions. So we got you there, and you understand the differences between chaos and structure in different cultures and different religions, and you see the differences, and then you use your brain. You understand mental capacity and emotional capacity. You understand these things, and you fill your children up with these things, and you show them a good example, and you provide them with a stable home, and you provide them with advantages and a good relationship and good relationships with other people around you. Then you're setting them up for a good future, and that is the plan.